Good morning.
Good morning.
It is another rainy, drizzly day, so that means we're going to be working inside. Yesterday we started working on sheathing the walls, and I started building one of the partition walls with that little area right there. Gina hasn't seen that yet. We talked about it, but she didn't know where it was going. So what do you think of that?
I think it's going to be awesome.
So we wanted to have a milk stanchion inside. We were originally going to do it over here, and then yesterday we got thinking, why don't we put it in the wall? So my thinking is we can have the milk stanchion, and we can bring the cow out, and we can put the headlock right here, and we can milk the cow right here, or we could keep the cow in her stall and have her head in this way, and you can milk in the stall if you wanted to. You can do it either way. And this just frees up a lot more room. We won't be taking up or having a dedicated space out here for the milking stanchion, so we can still have this space free. So I need to finish building this, but we had talked about it. Gina hadn't seen it, so she wasn't out here while I was doing this, so I didn't want to completely finish it.
I agree. I think it's going to be a space saver. Only thing I don't know about this is it's going to have the brace in here for the headlock, but I don't know. So then maybe we just need some kind of thing that shuts, like
a door,
like maybe some kind of panel, something that shuts when we're not using it. Is this the headlocks?
This is for the headlocks, yes. All right, let's go drill the bottom of 2x6. All right, so 7.5. That is our magic number of how far away we like the 2x4s, or the spacing in between of the 2x4s.
It's days like today that we're going to appreciate having an indoor milking area.
I guess we gotta go from above.
Good thing you're doing this before.
That's why we're doing it before. I'm gonna put the other one in while we're doing it. Before I tighten it, I'm going to cut a 2-inch spacer because I want this to stay loose. I don't want it pinching. So let me go cut a spacer. All right, then we're just going to have to figure out our locking mechanism. I think we just figure out where the center is like that, drill a hole through each side, and we can get a long piece of metal, make like a metal handle. So no matter which side you're on, you can just put your pin in. All right, before we tin this wall, we're going to build the other wall. And the next wall we're doing different. We're going to be building it out of 2x6s for a top plate and a bottom plate. And then we're going to be doing 2x4s up and 2x4s across. It's going to be something different, so you'll see why once we get there. Let me get these cut down to length, and then we can start building it.
You had me curious. I'm wondering why you're going to do it that way.
Oh, that's right. You weren't out here when I figured out how we were going to build this
No,
wall.
I have no idea.
No
Had to run errands, so. What's the matter? You haven't been able to play with that for a while, so now you had to dig it out?
That's right. I like playing with my toys. It lifts it like that. All right, that'll give us some room. All right, let's get this wall built.
This is our fancy wall. Now we got to get it stood up so that we can get it working.
Yep.
Make it into a wall instead of a floor decoration.
Ready?
Can I just go
Lock it
like
up.
this?
Yep.
You got it? Is it starting to
Didn't
slide?
Get nailed in.
What one did it?
The one I just tried pushing on. The top nails broke out. Would you look at that?
Whoop. Do we, is it,
So now,
you need to nail that one in? Because it's,
no, so I'll get it after. Imagine if it was windy like the other day.
no, I wouldn't be doing that. I was scared.
What's that?
I was just scared without a hole in the wall. I'm not going to.
You were?
When it was so windy the other day?
Yeah.
That was a lot.
Okay, I'm doing this one. Right there. Oh yeah. All right, you should be fine. It shouldn't blow over now.
The wind don't blow.
Sounds like I hear Scott's Recreation's coming. They're coming to replace the door and the TYM. It's getting covered under warranty. The door shouldn't break that way, so I am excited about that. It'll be nice to have a completely enclosed cab again.
The fancy wall.
All right, I gotta put one of my headers up there. I'm gonna nail it to the joists, and then we'll level off, plumb up the wall, nail that in place, and then I can put my other 4 braces up there, and the top of that wall will be done. Perfect. I'm gonna nail it and then I'll nail that side. Oh man.
Are you out of nails?
Yeah. much. So while Scott's for Main Equipment is here doing the window, I'm also having him do the 50-hour service on the TYM, which includes replacing all the hydraulic fluid in the main unit, the front end, gear oil, engine oil. And he was saying from factory dry, they hold 10 gallons of hydraulic fluid. Right now they switch out between 6 and 7 gallons, depending on how much drains out. So definitely holds a lot of fluid. Everything's getting changed, filter's getting changed. He said everything looks good, no metal shaving, so that is good. And I feel good to have new blood flow in the tractor, because that's what all that oil is.
Don't you think it would be funny if we had this whole barn done and then we don't have these done yet? The outside walls.
Right.
It's all done, except for, oh wait.
Oh wait, we can't
We
put
don't
the
have a
animals in.
wall.
Everywhere but where I need it. I'm not putting a pressure treated board on the bottom for a girt, so we're gonna raise it up 1.5 inches up off the ground, so that way it's not touching the concrete, so we don't gotta worry about it rotting. And I'm gonna flush it to my end, so your end's not gonna be against the wall, and that's fine. I'm more worried about this being good.
Maybe two. Al decided this would be a good place to play Connect 4.
All right, so let's go check out the new door, and all the fluids have been changed, which is nice. So, oh, look at that. Brand new glass. I like it. Bam. One of the best parts about our TYM tractor is not only is the TYM tractor awesome, we have a great dealer in the area. We need work done, comes out and does it, and we can always count on him. Now that we got our Connect 4 wall built, I ripped down a couple of pieces of 2x4, 2 3/4 of an inch. That's the width of this. I put a piece in the center as a stiffener and a piece at the very end as a stiffener, screwed to the wall. Now I want to take this piece and go up here. Beep, 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 boom, boom. Ugh. Oh yeah, we just need to brace up the trusses and that'll take out that wobble. I like it. It is snowing out this morning. It's dropping in temperature. Hopefully everything will stop freezing up again because it is a muddy mess here on the homestead. Now that we have the wall built and we got our stiffeners in it, I got the 6-foot gate in here. This is gonna be a sliding gate. This is not the gate we're using. I just put it in here to make sure it fit. We got to customize the gate that we're going to be using to work. Let's go in the workshop, we'll do that, and then we'll get it in and see how everything works. We also got to remember, don't let me forget, once we have the gate in and we know where it's going to go, we got to put a stop in so it can't get pushed all the way in the wall. It's a 10-foot gate. The wall is 11 feet 6 inches, so it could get pushed in there 1.5 foot further than what we want. So we got to remember to do that as well.
Then you'll have to climb in there and get it out.
You'll have to. You got smaller arms. You'll have to reach.
They're shorter.
We'll have to get like a magnet. So we need to weld wheels onto the gate. Scratching my head trying to figure it all out. I think I got it figured out. We're going to use the clamps that they use for hinges to help us weld and hold on our wheels. This piping is very thin walls, and the reason I'm sure they do that is probably for cost, but also to keep the gates light so when they're hanging, you don't have a lot of weight hanging on a fence post. So, bam. Got some 4-inch rigid casters from Harbor Freight. I'm gonna weld one up like this, and then on the other side that's gonna be in the wall, we'll mount it lower, and this will make up the 1.5 inch difference from one end sitting up on a 2x6 and one end not. So that way our gate will be level. Now we got to make sure this is nice and straight. All right, I'm gonna turn the exhaust fan on, get all the smokiness out. Now we can weld this side. That'll do. Spin this around, and then we can weld up the other side. And then once that's done, we can let it cool off and put it in place. This end's gonna be a little bit different because it's gonna be in the wall. We don't need to cut that nub off. And then because it's sitting 1.5 inches up higher, we don't wanna weld our wheel here. And it actually works out, this from here to here is 1.5 inches. So just by putting the wheel here, that'll drop us down to where we need to be. So the way I'm gonna do that is, I'm gonna take this wheel, put that clamp like this, tighten this up. All right, I gotta let that cool off for a minute. Well, I'm glad we have the exhaust fan. It actually is working really good. We gotta open the door. If we don't open the door, the fan blades or the fan shroud won't open because it's so airtight in here. So if you have the fan on, you go to open the door, it almost like rips the door out of your hand to open it up. It's kind of funny. The welding is all done. It's not the prettiest, but it's gonna do. The hard part is the piping on this fence is very thin, so you gotta weld carefully so you don't burn through. And if you do burn through, there I can talk, you gotta fill it in. So let that cool off, and then we can go outside and install it and see how our first pocket gate is gonna work. All right, we'll leave the fan on, let it air out in here better, and let's go get this installed. It's snowing.
The fan wants to shut it. Now it's a true test to see if it works before we go ahead and close up this wall. Much better. Here we go.
Bam.
Wow.
That's just what we gotta figure out is what we're hitting and how to guide it.
Right. It hits those. pieces
those are
like
hidden,
that.
correct. That's it, we're changing how we side the barn.
You're wanting to match the house
I
now?
want it to match the house. We need a shim that goes the whole length inside the pocket wall to keep the gate pushed over and so that the metal of the gate doesn't keep hitting every time we have a 2x4 stud. So this is should be the perfect thickness to run inside. And then the gate will rub on this and run on this, and it's pretty slick. And it won't be going to. That's the plan. So we had some of this left over. It should work perfect.
Tried some plywood, but it's too thick, so we think the siding will work.
Something like that, I think, would do it. All right, let's give that a try.
Now what?
Now I see that I gotta grind off some of that wheel. So now we're hitting the bolt on our wheel because we pushed this over so far.
Now what do we do?
I don't know, that's what I'm deciphering. All right, I have an idea, and it's gonna take using our new Craig pocket hole machine. I got a bunch of 2x8 material left over. That's just random lengths, so let's use that. Honestly, I'm not surprised we have to do this. Being custom, you always gotta make stuff work. So I got all my measurements written down. 20 3/8. One of these days, the shop will be all set up and we'll have benches to work on. Today is not that day. I am just glad we got the workshop and we have the grid down off-grid power system because we're able to do all this stuff. If we didn't have the grid down, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing. I must say, I do like this pocket hole machine. Okay, let me take out the trim. Okay. So that's the thing with custom work. There's a lot of trial and errors. I'm not even sure that this is gonna work. All right, we're still having one issue, but we solved one. So let's see. So that solved going in and out in this part getting hung up on the 2x. Now the issue we're having is, so now this bolt head is hitting this because it's not staying pushed over. So I'm thinking if we cut a 2x4 from here to there, pushing up against this pipe and keeping that over, that should do it. That's what we're gonna try, because that's what building custom is. Trial and error, trial and error. So yeah, let's get that to work and I'll be right back. All right, I think I got it figured out, but in order to get what I need attached, I gotta take the gate out. I'm gonna use the piece of siding that I had attached to this side, attached to the other side about 4.5 inches up from the bottom. but I can't get a screw in up high because these blocks are in my way, so I'm gonna have to go down low, and down low is where that pipe is. So this gate's gotta come out, and then we can get it. So, yeah. All right, let's get this back in. All right, that's all in. We made some sawdust, so let's get all that blown out. All right, let's give it a try now. Beep, boop, beep, boop, bum, bum. Okay, now we all lift it up, kind of. There we go. I like it. All right, so I think it's gonna be pretty easy if we just cut a 2x4 to go from here to here, put it in, screw it on each side, and then that'll hit that, and then that won't be able to go any further back. So this is the only wall that's gonna be made out of a 2x6. The other walls, we gotta build another wall so we can space it however far we need to. This one, I was limited on how much room I had to work with, going with a 2x6 bottom plate, so we got it to work. We just had to make a few adaptations, and the other ones will be different. So that'll be another little challenge, but I'm always up for a challenge. Let's get that piece put in, and then I think we have time to get this board up. Perfect, now we can't lose our gate. Okay, so now we know we can't lose our gate. All right, let's try a 2x6. So it's made so the gate's roughly 2 feet still in the wall. We have a 10-foot gate with an 8-foot opening. This wall is 11 feet 6 inches, so I couldn't do a 12-foot long gate and have 4 inches still in the wall, but I think 2 inches is more than enough. It's gonna be good and sturdy here, so I'm happy with that. I think it looks really good. I think it's gonna work awesome. We're gonna have to put some kind of bar across the inside, so we're putting bedding. It doesn't get pushed across the gate, but we'll do that after, or we can do it before, but if we do it before, it won't be removable. And it'd be nice to have it removable, so yeah. What do you think?
It's good. Does it work?
It does.
The way you want it to?
Yeah, I ended up having to put the piece of siding on that side, block this side, and put the siding on that side to keep it pushed over this way.
And then I can let Azalea out or stay in, do the milking.
Right. It'll get easier. It'll slide easier over time.
Yep. Nice and even.
Right, it's level.
I like it.
All right, so I'm happy with the way the gate is working. It took me a little bit longer than I was hoping to get it done, so this is where we're gonna have to end the video. Thanks for coming along on our homesteading journey. We're this much closer now to having the barn done and working on all the custom stuff. Now we know the pocket gates will work, and we have 4 more to do. So thanks for coming along on our homesteading journey. If you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, we ask you to hit the subscribe button. It's free. And if you are subscribed, see if you've been unsubscribed. We've been having a lot of viewers telling us that they've been unsubscribed from the channel. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you right back here in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.